Hey there, it's Jess Markowitz, Star Director of Jesse's Angels Saving Lives. I am in my car, as I tend to be a lot, waiting for my to pick up my daughter. My son's actually homesick today, poor guy. But I'm in the middle of closing two different fundraisers. One for just like one team, and then the other is for a organization of different baseball teams. And there's about 4 different baseball teams that I'm doing it for. So technically, like I said in my last video, I'm closing about 5 fundraisers all at once. Okay. So I came across a little hiccup in the process. It's something that I've never done before. I've never had a tax free fundraiser, which basically they are tax exempt because they are a nonprofit organization. Well, unfortunately, because they didn't get their tax information on time before we were going to close the orders, now nobody paid tax, and we need the tax because I can't place the order without that tax deduction information. So I was going through a spreadsheet, and like I showed you guys what I did in my last video, that I write down the the customer, first I do the player or the student or whatever, then I do the customer's first and last name, and then I put all their information as if they have any, address, phone number, email, and that stuff. But then I put their subtotal, because then that calculates how much the donation is going to be for me, because I do a formula at the bottom of that total times 0.25, which is 25%, unless I'm going to give them the 30, just depending on what fundraiser it is and what I'm going to be doing. But anyways, then I do a tax line, and then so I know what the tax is, and then I do a total what the order is. So that's how I know how much I should have in credit card payments, in cash payments, and in check payments. Now, so because they didn't pay their tax, the organization is going to pay me the tax, because I have to, pay tax, we all know, to our Scentsy business in order to purchase the product. So what I had to do is show them that tax and then calculate that. Well, the hiccup was some people actually went ahead and paid the tax, even though they weren't technically supposed to. So some people I'm not owed the tax, and some people I am. So what I had to do is go through each order and figure out who paid tax, who didn't, and then have a column of an owed of taxes. So they know how much tax they owe me on top of if they wrote a check. So it can get kind of complicated. So the reason why I'm sharing this with you, and you guys probably are like, oh my gosh, Jess, this is just too much information. I don't know what you're talking about. But the reason why I wanted to touch base today is because it's so important to log everything. So when you get all that cash in, you really want to make sure that do all your checks and balances. Did you get the right amount of cash for that order and for that entire packet? Does everything add up? Does your checks add up? I'm about to lose video time in a second, so I'm going to do a to be continued. All right.